Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're doing our shaky cam interior review inside an Audi Q5. This is their, I don't know, mid-size crossover, I guess is the size. It's based heavily on the Volkswagen Tiguan. They share a lot of things in common. Luckily, Audi has better drive and nicer interior, of course, because it is a luxury brand, and also a really cool green paint. You should be seeing a picture of that now. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to do this one kind of quick because I'm actually just waiting for my kids. They're over there at a place waiting for them to come out. So, just a quick tour of the interior and my awesome, check that out, flip-flops, because it's summer. So over here, you got doors, windows, and whatnot. I think you're pretty clear on, you already know what that is. Down here you have my cherry Dr. Pepper and the trunk release. So that opens the rear hatch. Over here you have the lighting. So your headlights here, that should be pretty clear and straightforward. This controls the dimmer and stuff on the dash. This controls the dimmer and stuff on the dash. This controls the heads-up display. Head-up display. Trolls are just waiting for me to use that S. Over here is, you can change the lights, like fog lamps are here. This changes the lights, knocks the angle down for when you're in like snow and rain and whatnot. Up here you have door locks and memory settings. Let me point the camera at it. There you go. Door locks, memory settings. First of the vents there. Looking at the steering wheel, down here you have the cruise control dongle. If you're not noticing, some of you may notice that I'm suddenly wearing a ring. That's because I got engaged. See, I'm going to totally go off topic. I'm supposed to be talking about a car. Instead, I'm going to talk about the fact that I got this silicone band for cheap because I couldn't remember my ring size, but I was pretty sure that it was 12. And so I bought one that was a 13, and it turns out that going one size too big was the correct answer because I am actually a 13 in my ring. In case anybody wants to know that, you know, you can send me stuff. That's cool. So anyway, cruise control dongle down here. Most of it's pretty straightforward. And unlike some other brands, Mercedes, you can actually see this and control it while you're driving. And because it's on the left, I don't tend to knock it with my knee like I do with Toyota dongles that are on the right. So here you have your controls for the entertainment, or the driver information right there. Entertainment. Geez, that's way over there. So driver information stuff here. You can do a lot of things. Right now it's showing a map. There's other stuff you can show, like your speed and whatever, but if you're using the head up display, I don't see any reason to need this to have it there. But you can look at fuel economy, lots of other stuff. Pretty useful. I really love this screen here because it's so large and very clear. The camera's not even doing it justice. It's really clear, really well done, and just pretty. Look at that. It's pretty. And one of the paddle shifters, because every European car is in NASCAR. Over there you have your engine heat. Over there you have your fuel. Now that screen looks way better from this angle. So tachometer there, speedometer, where's my finger? Speedometer right there. You got a lot of info up here, so you can see I muted the music. It's streaming off my device. Mr. Crowley, you happen to know that guy's story? You either really like Ozzy or you're some kind of magician. So over here we have, see, that's another one of my little jokes for the day. Over here you have some more info that shows you like your phone that's connected. This shows you what you're on, so when you flip those screens, if I can do that without screwing everything up. Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons because they're way on the wrong side. All right, so you can look at other stuff. There's what's going on there. There's what's going on with my fuel trip and whatnot. Over there is my phone, so I can flip through my phone directory, make a phone call using just these buttons. Pretty cool stuff. I can also switch around the songs, and then I'll show you another way to do that with a playback. And then, of course, my trip info. So that's what's going on right there. Down at the bottom, you can see how many miles are on the car. That's the odometer in professional parlance. Over here is the trip meter, time, etc. So I really like this display. It's entirely digital, including the gauges. Very, very well done. Really pretty. Extremely clear under all conditions. Really good job there. So back over here, we're looking at the rest of the steering wheel. I kind of switched it up there. Did you notice? Any of you longtime fans? I know there's 3 or 4 of you. Hi, Mom. So right here you got your washer, wipers, etc. This button here controls the rear one, and here's your other paddle shifter for going up gears. Over here, now this also controls some of that entertainment that you were seeing up there, but mostly this is for controlling that screen. So you can skip songs and or stations here, volume control there, push it to mute, push it again to unmute. Up here's your telematics for making phone calls. Over here is your voice control. That's the word I'm looking for, the phrase. Voice control. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. There's no red eye in here, so that doesn't really work. Anyway, you can bring up the nav there, heated steering there. I don't know why they would put it there, but hey, it's good enough, right? Got to find a spot. That looks good. This is the entertainment screen that I was talking about, the infotainment. It has a lot of good stuff. I really like Audi's system. It's controlled through a command knob because this car is German, and all German vehicles require a command knob. So that's how it's controlled. Down here, although I probably shouldn't say command because that's a Mercedes name, and they probably have it, trademarked and stuff, but whatever. Anyway, down here you got your Dukes lights, you got some more vents. Nicely done venting, by the way. This has great climate controls. Unlike most German cars, BMW, this one has really good climate controls in it. Down here you have some more stuff. So you have your climate going on here. I have it all turned off. You can see the off right there is glowing. You can turn it on. You got auto, it's dual zone. You have heat, bun heating, seat cooling, and just good stuff. I really like this setup. It's very, very pretty. I'm going to turn it on for a minute so that you can see what shows on this screen. So you can use these buttons to do whatever that says. So you see how they change because I touched them. Really nice setup. I really like the way that works. Down here you have your drive mode select. Just put it in sport and forget it. No other reason, no other setting needed, trust me. Stop start, traction control, parking, etc. So you get that. This I really like. This right here turns the screens off so that the interior isn't shining into your eyeballs while you're trying to drive. Down here's your 12-volt plug. One of the few, whoops. I hit a button on accident. That right there is the volume control and also a knob for doing that. Audi was smart enough to put it over there so that the passenger could use it because the driver has like 15 ways to do it over here. Don't really need over there. Here, let me do this some more because that's awesome. This is your infotainment interface. I will hesitate to use the end word because that is a Mercedes thing, but here you go. Touchpad, you can control stuff, write in things when you're doing an address and nav, that sort of thing. You can turn this, push it back and forth. Good and useful. Down here, if I can get it to focus, there we go. Those are some quick buttons. So up for nav, down for the telephone, up for radio, down for media. So you get the idea. Down there's a little storage cubby that holds pretty much nothing. You could probably throw your garage door opener or a set of keys in there. That's about all it's going to hold. It's way too shallow for a phone. See that? Stop start, or the engine start button is right over there. So shifter. This has a T-style shifter. You push this for park. Everything else is back and forth. Pretty straightforward. This is supposed to be for a phone, but if you have a phone with an Otter case or you know, any of the iPhone 100s or whatever they're on now that are the size of a tablet, they will not fit in here. If you're still using a couple of generation ago smartphones, they will fit just fine. Here's a cool little tray, slides back. This, by the way, is where I put my phone most of the time. It fits in there almost perfectly. Really good spot. Slides back to reveal some Starbucks-sized drink holders. So you can get your European drinks in there, but if you're into the giant American style big gulps, they may or may not go in there. Don't know. That, by the way, is sliding back and forth over this cover here, which has some USBs and some plugs. You can drop something in here and cover it up, and nobody will ever know it's in there because you can't see through here. That's beautiful. And then this armrest thing is adjustable. I like it. Now you're looking at the leather. Look at that leather. Yeah. This is beautiful. I really like the interior here. It's mostly soft stuff. It's very, very quiet for what it is. I like the wood. It's a good color to contrast with the other stuff, despite the fact that a German vehicle is using Spanish/Italian words. Quattro, 4. That means four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. That's what it's referring to. I don't know why a German company uses that. There's probably a German word for 4. Audi's German. They should figure it out. I guess maybe they're trying to, you know, become global and embrace the planet and stuff. I don't know how that works. Anyway, glove box is there. And just look at the interior. Love this. It's so pretty. I will point out that the seat venting, this right here, is marginal at best, but it is just enough to keep you from getting a sweaty butt while you're driving around in the hot weather. So good enough, right? Back there, you can say I still have car seats in. There's one row right there. There's no third row of seating. That's it right there. There's also a panoramic sunroof, really pretty. Unless you live where I do and it hails a lot, then you probably kind of get a little about that. But for the most part, really like this car. Drives really well. That's always a good thing. And it just feels good. It's a good car. Audi's done a really good job with this. It's one of my favorite Audis. So, yeah, good job, Audi. So that's it. That's the 2018 Audi Q5. This has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and I'll talk to you again soon.